What's up, everybody? It's Goose. Today, I'm finally going to get some work done on this barn. My neighbor's headed over here to help me. He's actually pulling in right now. So I got all my 2x. This is some wood. Actually, my neighbor found for free off Facebook Marketplace. I cut the bad ends off and I ripped them in half. So we're going to go around. We're going to start on the back side. We're going to notch it. Not 3 notches on each post to put the boards up, but that's what we're going to start with. Probably all we're going to do today. Mark it out, notch it, maybe get some of these boards up. I'm going to get the walls up a different day, but I'll show y'all in a minute. Alright, so I probably won't do much filming while Tim's here because I'm trying to get some stuff done and I'm trying to learn. Tim knows a lot more about this than me. He's the one that helped me put the roof on. He's been doing these patio covers, carport covers for years. I actually work with him a little bit. I've been working with him when he needs help, and I've been learning how to do these. Anyway, I've only got his help for a few hours. He's got a doctor's appointment later, so I'm trying to get something done. But we needed another extension cord, so he just went to go get an extension cord. He brought a generator with him to run this little skill saw, but it's a little generator and it kept dying. We started on that, but kept dying, so we're going to do extension cords, and I'm just one extension cord short of getting to the back of this. So we started back here because this is the highest ground point. The ground's the highest back here, so we started back here to figure out our bottom board, because this board is going to be closer to the ground than the board over here because the ground's lower. So we just came up off the ground a few inches and leveled the boards and then tack screwed them. You see this one's still screwed in. It's not really screwed in though. But set the boards where we wanted, a few inches above the ground, put a level on it, put a screw in it down there, did the same thing over here, and then we went behind it and marked it because we're going to notch these out. We was just getting a level line to see where we needed to notch. So got our first marks, marked all 3 of these posts, top and bottom. See, we marked the bottom. Did this one, and then when we got over here, we just pulled a line. Pulled this line. Oh, that's a Sharpie. Pulled that line and put a that's a lighter. There it is. Put that line level on it. So we pulled from there to this post, put the line level, made our mark on the line. We haven't made the other marks yet. And then we just wrapped around this post and made our marks down here too. Then we came over here to the shorter post and we measured up to see how high it goes to the top. It was like 70 inches up here. So we marked our middle at like 3 foot, and then we marked up here at 70 inches. And now we've just been measuring and marking out these posts, and we're getting ready to do notches. But he just pulled back up, so we're going to get back to it. Alright, so Tim helped give me a good start and gave me some good tips. He had to go though, so I'm on my own now. We got the middle banding up. I still need to cut the excess off and put some screws in. But rain's supposed to be moving in this afternoon. It's just after 12 right now. So I'm gonna try to get the rest of those notches done and get these 2x up, get the banding done today. Hopefully we'll see if I can do it before the rain moves in. But we got this side done. I still need to add some screws over here and cut that off, but we got the boards up how we want them. We kind of notched this a little too deep, so we ran I'm gonna show y'all over there, but we ran a string down here to show us how much we needed to pull it out. Then we took the screws out Made some little shims, put them in there, and then put the screws once we got it on the line. Which that's what I'm about to do over here. Let's see, I got my string ran. And if you look down the middle, oh, I'm hitting it. The board's in from the string just over a ½ inch, so I'm gonna back this screw out, put some shims behind there, get it right on the line, and I'm gonna screw it back in. And then I'm gonna go over here and check this side with this string too, do the same thing, run it from this end to that end, make sure the middle's good. Back it out and add some shims if I need to, but I'm gonna do this one right now, and then I'm gonna check this side and get back to notching. Alright, so another thing, these are live edge, round, crooked posts. They're straight as I could get, but anyway, some of them got to be notched more than the other ones, and then some don't have to be notched at all. You see this one was notched on both sides. This one I'm working on, it wasn't notched at all. It didn't need to be notched. And I don't have any help, so before I pulled this screw out, I put 2 screws underneath here to hold each board up. I got my string, it's pretty close. You see I got it shimmed. I got one up top going this way and one on the bottom going the opposite way. It's pretty close. It's out just a little bit. It's not going to be perfect because I'm using round live edge wood, but this is used ripped wood, so none of it's perfect either. I don't have many perfect straight edges, so it is what it is. We're building a barn on a budget. So anyway, I got it out good enough, close enough to that string. It's barely off. Well, I really think it's just like that because that board's bowed a little bit down there. But anyway, I got it good enough for me. I got it sitting on these screws. I got my shims behind here. It's ready to be screwed back in. You see this one is down just a little bit lower than this one, and it's barely off level. So it needs to come up, but I'm by myself, so I'm just I'm gonna get it level. I'm gonna raise this up, get it level, hit a screw in there, and then I'm gonna do this side. So all right, so this side I haven't really had to notch. I'm just putting the board up and holding it about where it needs to be, and then taking my level from this board down to the bottom board, which this one's off quite a bit, about 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna notch this down here with my chainsaw just a little bit. Already got it screwed into the middle post where it needs to be, so I'm putting a screw in here, pull it up. That'll hold it for now. Get my chainsaw and do a little notch down there, put my level back on there, see how it looks, run my string, and on to the next one. All right, I got lucky on that one. My first notch was just right, so probably won't happen again, but at least I did it once. So I've already screwed it in. I checked it. Here up to here is plumb. Got it. It's all level. Everything's level going this way. I'm just gonna keep working around. I'm gonna start on the back side. The bottom board's on the back side, so keep it moving. Skill saw makes a lot better cut, but I just couldn't fit it up here with that header, so use the chainsaw. All right, I'm pretty much done with the banding. Tim helped me get the middle ones up. I did most of the bottom by myself, and then I had my nephew and his friend help me with the top banding because I had to get up on a walkboard and it would have been really difficult to hold it by myself and get up and down and all that. So I got some help for that, and they helped me do these last two boards too. I didn't get to finish those by myself because the rain moved in. So did most of it in 2 days. I just finished up a minute ago. I had some boards sticking out. I just cut those off. Sorry I didn't record more. I know I could do better videos showing y'all more of what I do, but I'm not into editing, and when I have help, I try to get stuff done. I do most of the stuff out here by myself. When I get people to show up to help, I'm not really trying to waste my time shooting videos and setting up tripod and explaining stuff. I got a little bit of video out of it, but oh man, I've been ready to get this barn done, so I finally got some help, and one step closer. I didn't get much video because I just had help, so I wasn't gonna waste their time. I've explained it for the most part. There's a few places I notched it too deep. I made some mistakes. Notched this one too. Actually, this was me and Tim, but it's no big deal. This board, like I've already said, this is old ripped, warped wood, doing the best I can with it, and I chose the best boards I could. I didn't realize this board had a warp in the middle until after I was putting the top one up. Started putting the top one up. I checked the plumb from top to bottom and top to bottom over there, and then I went to look at it in the middle, and I realized it was way out and is way bowed out, which I wasn't sure what I was going to do about that. But I talked to Tim, and he made the suggestion that I just put shelves around here, just go around the middle banding all the way around and do shelves, which I don't know if I'm gonna do all the way around. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna do all the way around. I might also just do the back side, but anyway, this is bowed. It comes out and it comes back in. Tim made the suggestion, if I take a board, which I'm gonna get a full length one and a wider board, so it'll be actual shelf. I'm just doing this to demonstrate to y'all, but I'm gonna take a board and just screw it to the top of this all the way down, and that'll be able to pull in the bow right there. I'll be able to push in on it and screw it to my board that I'm going to use. So that's what I'm gonna do to fix that. I just now realized I still have a board sticking out, which I think I explained, but maybe I didn't. The boards were longer than I needed, so I just started in the middle and worked out, and then I'd have a board hanging over, and I just go back and cut it. So I didn't have to get exact measurements or anything. It might have been easier to get exact measurements. And I like this way. I think this is probably faster. The bottom one and the middle one are really easy to cut with a skill saw. It's just the top one is hard to cut. You can't really, this one I'll be able to do with a skill saw, because there's nothing in the way. But over there I had to use my chainsaw because I just couldn't fit a skill saw up there. Oh, and pretty much the last thing I got to do is add screws. I was going around adding screws while I was doing it myself, but I was breaking so many Phillips head bits that I was like, I better get the top done before I ruin all my bits, because like I said, the top was just more difficult, so I didn't want to run out of bits while I was working up top. So I just got enough screws to hold it in the bottom. Well, it's only a few places that really need screws. I was going around adding screws, and then I kept breaking them, the Phillips heads, and I was like, well, I better just do what I got to do for now before I ruin all my Phillips head bits. This was one of my mess ups. I wasn't too happy with myself about this. I'm gonna be honest. I read my level backwards. That's exactly what happened here, and I did it over there too. I'm not impressed with myself, but that's the way she goes sometimes. We all mess up. You can see I notched this thing, and I did not have to. It was pretty frustrating to do that extra work and then realize that I read my level backwards. That didn't need to be notched at all. So I notched this one. I didn't need to, and then I had to put shims in it to hold it back where I needed it, and then screwed it in. And then since it's just floating out here, and it's not even, I mean, it's in the wood. I use 4-inch screws, but there's like 2 inches floating because of my notch I made I didn't need. So I just went and took a piece of scrap wood and put underneath it just to help reinforce it. Which this one I didn't mess up, but it's kind of floating too. So I'm going to add another one of these down here, just extra support, and it'll be more to nail to when I put up my boards, my outside wall. I'm pretty happy with it. I made a few mistakes, but I'm learning, so I ain't gonna be too mad at myself for it. See over here, this is where I cut with my chainsaw. See, my skill saw, it would have cut in about 2 inches, and then it would have hit my header up here. So I had to make that cut with my chainsaw. But it really turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. This is another one of the boards I notched and I didn't have to. I'm not happy about that, but I might as well show y'all where I messed up. A lot of people want to make videos and act like they didn't make any mistakes, which sometimes you don't, but Many times you do. I'm not trying to hide anything. That's the way she goes. But I'm getting ready. I've showed these before. They've been over here drying. It was easier just to slab it up like this with my Alaskan chainsaw mill, which is right there. So I just kept slabbing it up so I didn't have to square all four sides. I just started at the top and then cut down. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pop a chalk line on here, and then I'm gonna cut the edges off with my skill saw. I just figured it'd be a lot easier with the skill saw than the chainsaw. So that's what I'm about to start working on now. I think I have enough wood to do the back wall. I'm gonna start with the back wall because I'm gonna make that my catch pen back there. I'm gonna run a piece of fence from this corner to my fence, so then I'll have a catch back there for the goats. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry I didn't get more video. I could have showed a lot more, but it would have just slowed me down, and making videos isn't the priority. Getting stuff done is my priority. So, but I'm about to start this wall, and I'll keep making videos about this, and hopefully I'll have this thing done soon. This has been a long, drawn out project. But I have very little money in it, so it's all right that it's taking so long. I got my posts for free, my boards were free, my roof was almost free. Only thing I really paid for was my headers, my 2x8s, my 2x4s on top of them, and the concrete. I got the screws for free. That's the only reason I'm using Phillips head. I hate Phillips head, but they were free, so I'm using them. But that's it. I got the banding up. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll see y'all later. Goose out.